Hey everybody, it's Ashley again. I'm here to do a two-part wig tutorial for you this time. For today, we are starting off with finding out whether or not your wig is heat resistant. Now, a lot of us buy wigs and we'll look at the description and just go, oh, pretty, lovely, oh my god, I want it, like I did with my red wig. Now, I've had this wig for about 4 years now. This was the first wig I bought. Neil bought me it off of eBay for £13, and I have no idea whether it's heat resistant or not. I've had it all this time. I've never touched it with straighteners, I've never touched it with a hairdryer. I've done a hot water treatment on it because it used to be curly to rescue it, and today I'm going to find out whether or not I can actually take my hair straighteners to it. Now, I know for a fact, two of my wigs, this one and my blonde one, which is now my Umbrian one, with the coontails and the black underneath, all of that is heat resistant. I did check later on in life, I did start checking and making sure. So I got this and my blonde one from coscraft.com, and I know for a fact these are heat resistant because they tell you whether or not that's heat resistant on the website. So keep an eye out, but if you do not know, I will start and I will find out. Now, today I have cut into my aerial wig. I cut into the fringe because the fringe was kind of lame. It wasn't full enough and it didn't sit right across like aerial should. So I have this extra spare wig here. And my straighteners, everybody has a pair of these. Well, maybe not all the boys, but anybody with hair, longish hair, has a pair of straighteners. Now, these are Nicky Clark's. They do not have a heat setting. They just go from cold to hot. So these have been on a little while, so they are at the highest temperature. So I'm going to take this and find out. Now, the hair is still a little damp that I'm putting through, but it isn't breaking, it isn't curling up, shriveling into a plastic ball of death, and any non-heat resistant wigs will do this. I used to have little clip-in hair extensions. I tried to straighten them one day while they were in my actual hair, and they melted and ruined my hair straighteners. But as you can see, no problems. It slides through, it doesn't kill it. It's lovely and soft and manageable, and it feels like it did when the wig was first bought. So I know for a fact this will work. This is heat resistant. It can withstand full heat of that. It's a good wig. And yet again, for £13 off of eBay, can't be too bad. So for all of you that are thinking, oh no, I can't find wigs off of eBay, if you find a good seller, I wish Neil kept it and name for the seller you got this wig off of, so I could tell you. But if you find a good seller and he does good wigs, they can last you. That's all I'm saying about wigs, is if you take care of them, and turn the straighteners off, if you take care of your wigs, they can last you a long time. This I've had since I started, this one I've had for a year, and because curled wigs, they need a lot more care and attention, especially when washing them. When washing them, if they are heat resistant like this one, the curl will stay. All you need to do is wash them how I've shown you to wash them in the past. Do the conditioning treatment. Do not use the hot water treatment on them, obviously, otherwise you will pull the curls out of them. Leave them to dry, completely dry. Leave them 24 to 48 hours to completely dry with your curled wigs. You will need to leave them to dry. And when you're brushing them, don't just go grab a brush right through. Not a good idea. Take your comb, big ass tail comb, sorry about the red, I have been combing the red out. Separate the single curls. You only want one curl at a time, and you want it gently, exceptionally gently, just comb from the bottom right the way up, or top to bottom, whatever way. I would probably suggest going bottom to top, and voila. The curl will bounce back and you've not got the stress or the frizz or anything else. I would say the conditioner treatment, leave that in thicker conditioner. because you need to keep the moisture in it, and do not touch it until it's 100% dry, or you will lose the curl. It will look really, really disgusting, manky and cheap. And you don't want that. You've spent money on your wig. You want to keep it in pristine condition. So, on to the next part of the wig tutorial that I've done today. Bring back good old red. Right. What I did with her is she needed another hot water treatment because there were still a few kinks and it was a little bit frizzy at the bottom, and I just did the usual, put this on the wig head and then onto my stand, which is an old lampshade. Yeah, I don't. This is the first time I've used it actually on a head. I got my head at the Pokemon meet thanks to Joanne, so it's going to look a lot better. It won't have the annoying poofy little pointy bit in my wigs anymore, because I used to just do them on the lampshade, and that was it. But yeah, it had its water treatment. I left it to dry. Still a tiny bit damp at the moment, because once it was dry after the water treatment, I took my spray gun, which should be just about here. This has just got diluted fabric conditioner in it. Just the same stuff I used to give them their conditioning treatment in a handy spray bottle. I then sprayed it onto the wig and leaving it to dry. Now see, this side's a little bit more dry and it's soft, manageable, beautiful. It is going to need a little trim at the end, but what can you expect? It used to be a curled wig, it is old. Right, as for the fringe, as I said before, I cut it to make it look a bit more thicker, and I've pinned it to the side. Now I hope this is the right way, because I get it wrong so many times with Ariel. But yeah, what I'm going to do with it is I am going to blow dry it backwards, so when it flips forward it's going to have the volume in it, and then I'll tease it with the hair straighteners. Now I know I can use it, and I'll probably give everything else just a quick once over with the hair straighteners, the same as I do the day I wear my wigs. The day I wear my wigs, I usually like to give them a quick spritz the night before with some watered down fabric conditioner in my spray bottle and leave them to dry. That also gives them a fresher smell, so if you're wearing them all day and all night, you're out partying and you're going to sweat a tremendous amount in your wig, as we all know, it'll keep it fresh. And it'll smell wonderful, and you'll smell wonderful, and you'll be happy. I usually do that, and I give them a once over, if they're heat resistant, a once over with the straighteners. But I usually give them, if not, I usually give them a quick spritz overnight, leave to dry, and a quick comb through, and it should stay frizz free all day. Now obviously when you're running around at the meets or a convention, you're going to see loads of elements and they will attack your wig, like the rain and the wind and everything. It's probably a good idea to either keep a comb or a brush on you. I would prefer a comb. I always use combs on my wigs. And hand dryers. Hand dryers in bathrooms, the ones that you can turn upwards to get your face, they are a godsend. They can help heat up your wig just enough to give it that silky smooth feeling. As long as you're blowing down the way, or holding and brushing as you're blowing this down. So say the hairdryer's here, you're hunched down, so the heat's coming down, you're combing through and holding, voila, frizz gone, if you can get a good enough heat off them. But that's my tips and tricks. That's all I've got to say today. Find out if your wig's heat resistant. If you're going to chop your wigs, if you're not used to chopping your wigs, get somebody that you know that can cut hair. Either a hairdresser would show you how to do it, or somebody like a commissioner or something. What to do if you cannot get a hold of someone and you're dying to find out. What to do is go to the nape of the neck, the wig, right at the back, and take a tiny, tiny, tiny section. Tape it up at the ends and tease it through your hair straighteners. If, like mine, it doesn't curl up in a ball or frizz, you're fine. But I would recommend, if you're going to use your hair straighteners, do not use them overly on your wig, or you can damage it. And try not to cut all your wigs if you can help it, because we don't want half bald wigs all over the world. Anyway guys, that's all I think I can tell you today. Good luck with your wigs, good luck with your cosplaying, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys!